One of the reasons I wrote this book, well, I wrote the book called Maury, the story of an American pop culture institution. And one of the reasons I wrote it was that I love the show. And I especially love paternity shows because you have all the elements of kind of a Shakespearean drama of lust and doubt and love and so many things hanging in the balance of a paternity test. But the thing about paternity tests is that they are based on the whole problem of paternity is based on certain things that are built into the human condition. Okay, and one of them is it's always mama's baby, daddy's maybe, because we don't get pregnant. Females get pregnant, males impregnate. But there's more going on there. Why is it so often that the mother can't say for sure who is the father? And the reason goes back to evolution. It goes back to how we evolved as a species, okay? And for a long time, people thought that it was, men were naturally polygamous and women were naturally monogamous. But this isn't true. The truth is that monogamy is simply not a natural state for human beings of either sex. Now, why is it that females would not be by nature monogamous? Okay, the reason has to do with diversification. In the majority of animal species, a female gives birth to litters. She will have 6, 7, 8 babies at a time. Now, one thing that is very strongly inherited is an organism's susceptibility to illness. And all those 6, 7, 8 babies are going to inherit the same susceptibility from their mama because they have the same mama. They have to have staggered susceptibilities from their fathers in order to survive an epidemic. If all of them are genetically coded with similar susceptibilities to illnesses, then it makes it very likely that an epidemic will get in there and wipe them out. But if they inherit differing susceptibilities from illnesses from different fathers, then there will be survivors. And that's why a female of those species that gives birth to litters is going to have to ensure that her babies have different fathers. Now, the other thing about diversification is that even in species like ours, where the female gives birth usually to only one baby at a time, there is a natural, in the ape species, there is a natural tendency to diversify the sources of fertilization, because the more sources of fertilization you have, the more likely that the strongest and healthiest of the sperm will fertilize the female's egg. And therefore you will have a strong and healthy baby. Unfortunately, what has happened with human beings is that we have developed as a species that is helpless for about 18 years or so. We've developed as a species that has a very, very long childhood. Okay. As a result, our females, our mamas, want to have help from the daddies and from the relatives of the daddies. Okay. But we're stuck with the sexuality and the tendencies and desires that evolved during that earlier time period. Women are not monogamous by nature. I mean, we can be monogamous just like we can be celibate. But there is a natural tendency for women to want multiple sexual partners. There's a natural tendency, or at least in some cultures, for the man to want to know whether or not he is the daddy. And that leads to quite a crunch. And in fact, that leads to the Maury show and the paternity tests, and you are not the father. If you like what you heard here, please subscribe to my channel, like this video. Bye-bye.